Hey everyone, welcome back to 996 The Howl. This past Friday, Connor Ingram cleared waivers unexpectedly for me. I thought for sure an NHL team would pick up Connor Ingram. Now, after hearing some mainstream podcasts, particularly Elliot Friedman saying Connor Ingram comes with some instability. He's not as available as teams would hope for. Combine that with a $2 million or just shy of $2 million salary for one more season, and he ended up clearing waivers, and I really don't know what the future is for Ingram. Sure, he becomes more attractive to other teams now that he has cleared waivers. If a team picks up Ingram, he doesn't have to go through waivers again. They could just send him down to their minor team. But does a team really want to spend $2 million on American Hockey League goalie? And also Ingram and the Utah organization, they could look into buying out Ingram so he could re-sign for a league minimum, about $775,000. But that would mean Ingram is leaving about $1.3 million on the table just to play in the NHL. So as I'm recording this video, he's clearing through waivers. I still don't think he's going to play for the Tucson Roadrunners. He wants to move on from the organization. He hasn't attended training camp for Utah. The organization has Matt Vialta, Jackson Stauber as their starter and backup for the Roadrunners. They also got some young guys in Dylan Wells and Anson Thornton who could come in a pinch if one of those guys gets injured or is called up. So I'm not sure what the future is for Ingram, but this video is just, maybe some marketing for Connor Ingram, because I do think he is a great goalie, just unfortunately has gone through some rough personal times. He was acquired by the Arizona Coyotes for the 2022-2023 season off waivers, ironically, from the Nashville Predators after Ingram came out of the player assistance program. Sort of a bit of deja vu 3 years later that we're seeing what situation Connor Ingram is now. But when they picked up Ingram off waivers from Nashville, I thought he had a great season and wish the Coyotes played him more. He was slated as the backup to Karel Vejmelka, and Ingram didn't play as many games as Vejmelka. I think Vejmelka had about 50 games played, whereas Ingram right here was his 27 games played. But his save percentage numbers were great, 907. Sure, goals against average is poor, but you gotta think, this was a rebuilding team. In the middle of a rebuild, the Coyotes were, and he still had a great save percentage. Look how many points Ingram got the Coyotes, and I'm sure the Coyotes didn't want any more points, but 8 overtime or shootout losses. I just liked the way Ingram played, and I became a fan of his. He reminded me a lot of Darcy Kemper, who is not an athletic goalie, doesn't move around too much. The way he plays his position is just positional hockey. Very purposeful movements. He doesn't move around too much, doesn't waste energy or movements. Like, each movement is calculated for this goaltending position, compared to Vejmelka, who in these years was very athletic, loved to swim in his crease. But I agree, in the Utah Hockey Club season, Vejmelka kind of changed his approach to Ingram. Vejmelka wasn't moving around too much, wasn't flailing around in the crease for the Utah Hockey Club, and he had his career year last year's season, which earned him a huge contract for Vejmelka. So he took a page out of Ingram's book. But in the next season, 2023-2024, this was the Arizona Coyotes' last season. He was above wins over losses, and this includes the 14-game losing streak. In fact, Ingram was 18 wins, 11 losses, 1 overtime shootout loss before the 14-game losing streak, and Ingram was part of 9 of those 14 contests, and he ended up with still really good numbers for a 14-game losing streak. This guy was unbeatable, unbelievable for the Arizona Coyotes, and I thought, you know what? With the Utah Hockey Club, with him and Vejmelka, if Ingram plays to his standards and Vejmelka improves a little bit, this is a wonderful tandem for Utah. And I thought for sure this tandem would be their tandem moving forward for the foreseeable future. He also was tied in the league for the amount of shutouts in that season with 6 shutouts. You could see he had positive goals saved above averages for 2 of those Coyote rebuild years. And then we go to Utah, the most recent season last year, 9-8-4, which is okay, not good for a playoff team. But these goalie numbers really, really bad. Like, with such an improvement on the defensive side, I mean, his defense for this year, the last year for the Coyotes, his top 4 was JJ Moser, Sean Durzi, Valimaki, and Kesselring. You also had Dumba, Stetcher, Brown, and Travis Dermott making appearances. I'm pretty sure 4 of those names I listed don't even play in the NHL anymore, and he still had unbelievable numbers even with the 14-game losing streak. Sure, for Utah, when Ingram was playing, they were decimated with injuries on the back end. Marino, Durzi out for like 40 plus games. Kesselring was playing top 2 minutes. We were heavily relying on Mikhail Sergachev, but as players got healthier around 4 Nations, Ingram had to go back to the player assistance program. And then Vejmelka had to play 24 straight games for the Utah Hockey Club. And look at this, -10 goals saved above average. So that means an average goalie would have saved 10 more goals than Ingram. So Ingram let in 10 goals below the average. And it was just a very unfortunate season for Ingram, which included the passing of his mother around December, had to take a leave of absence from the team. And the fact that the Utah Hockey Club only missed the playoffs by 7 points, if off the top of my head, and they basically only had 1 goalie in Vejmelka. They barely or rarely started Vialta or Jackson Stauber. So it was a Karel Vejmelka show, and they nearly made it there. But, now the organization, Ingram, they want to move on. They want to go separate ways, even though it's becoming hard. And I'm not even sure what happens from here on out, because I do think Ingram's going to have to give up some money to get bought out or end a contract mutually and then sign for a league minimum. I think with his unfortunate instability, I think league minimum makes sense. For $2 million, we're looking around the teams. No one wants to pick him up for free for $2 million. Due to the instability and the cap hit that comes with it. Now Utah has the tandem of Vejmelka and Vanacek, 2 Czechia countrymen. So we'll see how those 2 goalies do once the season starts very soon. But as of right now for this video, not sure what the future holds for Ingram, but a team that picks him up, I'll be sharing this video to that team. And when he's on and he's focused and stable, he's a great goaltender. He's not amazing, but he is great. And I really do hope he goes to an Eastern Conference team and goes really far in the playoffs. If he goes into a Western team, I hope he has a great career as well. Just whenever they face the Utah Mammoth, I hope they lose that playoff series. But any other playoff series, for sure, Ingram could win. Just a huge fan of him. Want to make this video just a send-off video. And just really unexpected for me personally that he cleared through waivers, and very unfortunate because there's a ceiling there. There's a lot of good skill there. And I really, this season is not representative of what Connor Ingram brings. These 2 seasons on a purely rebuilding team, this is great stuff for a goaltender. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, spread the word. And as always, thank you for your support.